Hello guys, welcome to London Players Guild. My name is Peter and today we are going to be talking a bit about Flesh and Blood. Namely, Monarch, the new expansion that just came out. So if you don't know, Flesh and Blood is a card game published by Legend Story Studios from New Zealand, and they just published their fourth set. Yes, Monarch is the fourth set. It's going to be a month ago. We are just heading into the Unlimited set. So the first edition, we opened 8 boxes. The videos are on our channel, so check out some interesting pulls there. We had some guests. We had namely a Lone Collector coming in as a guest appearance. And, well, it took me a while. I sorted out from my commons. I sorted out from my rares. I sorted out from my Majestics, etc. And I'm disappointed. So why am I disappointed? There is an issue currently with how the distribution of cards works in this set. And I don't think it's an issue that should be there. Majority of the card games do not have this issue. And I think that issue should not be there. So what is the issue? From opening 8 boxes, I would have a hard time to have 2 full playsets of commons, and there is a single rare that I have not seen at all. I think 2 rares actually I have not seen at all in my 8 boxes. Bear in mind you get 2 rares per pack, or I think it's 1.7 with the Majestics taking a slot every now and then. And foils. And you see, I think 11 commons a pack as well. So there is a lot of cards. I think the issue with packaging here comes from the fact that the same card can exist in 3 different colors. You can have blue, you can have yellow, you can have red. That is not helpful with print sheets. And I think that is an issue, because when you it's a small issue. I will give it that it's a small issue, but it's an issue that also leads into another thing I want to talk about in a moment. But yeah, this is about how the print sheets are made. It is how the print sheets are distributed. Magic had print sheets leaked for a while, so you can actually work out what rares are with what. You know what cards you can get. It's a very niche thing, but it doesn't change the fact that there was a proper distribution on those print sheets. Every print sheet represented what cards go in a box, I think, because print sheets were on rares, and then commons were separate. But either way, you had a fair distribution of the cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! I know does the same thing. Although Yu-Gi-Oh! Had on purpose made a short print commons in the past. I think they ceased that right now. So this is one thing that I think, I don't know how LSS is doing their card distribution, but I think this is something that needs to be looked in a bit more in detail. I think they're not printing up to the amount, and they don't print often as well. That's an important thing, because they have 2 sets a year. At the moment, every 6 months is a set. Which is healthy for the game, but might create, as we can see, it does create certain type of issues. And now the issue that I want to talk about that made my heart sink when I was opening my first edition box cases. So I opened 2 cases. I didn't plan to open 2 cases. I planned to open a case. But my first case had no legendary. So on the website we have information that every 96 packs there is a legendary. 96 packs, 4 boxes, a case. As I had a factory sealed case, I expected to open a legendary. It doesn't need to be a good legendary. I expected to open a legendary, right? That's kind of the advertised ratio. I open 96 packs, I should pull one legendary in it. I had a couple of conversations about that, saying that sometimes they do it that 97th pack can have the legendary, and I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but I don't think this is healthy either for the market or for the customer. Not talking about the first edition. First edition is a totally different situation, although I do know some people who opened up the cases and opened 2 cases, had no legendaries. This is like a feel bad, and this is something that makes you look at it and go like, well, do I really want to invest in this game then? Like, I had second thoughts about investing in the game after I opened that first case. Then I opened the second case and I had 2 legendaries. So, I don't know. Well, I do know. I'm unhappy about that. I think this is something that should be addressed. And I'm a bit upset that no one seems it worth conversing about. A lot of times when I try to put up the topic, I do get the response that this is how the game works, and take it or leave it. I do enjoy the game. The game is amazing. I do enjoy collecting the game. The cards do look amazing. The artwork on those is beautiful. I want to get some on posters and things like that. Namely, my favorite card, Convulsions from the Bellow of Hell. Or Bellows of Hell. But the fact that you can be on the receiving end of bad distribution, especially with the inflating prices on the sealed product like that, doesn't make it customer friendly or collector friendly. Yes, it's a risk. Every time you open a box, it's a risk. But at some point, you should have this distribution, right? Card games, even small card games like Dragon Ball, do manage to keep their distribution how it should be. So you open a case, you know, if it's a factory sealed case, you will get the 2 secrets or 4 secrets if we're talking about Battle Evolution booster. So I do not understand. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the same. Back when they used to have Ghost Rares, you open a case, you get a Ghost Rare. You have an average distribution of every secret rare was at certain amount. Cardfight Vanguard is mathematically calculated if you have a sealed case. There is all of those games that can do this, and that make it worthwhile for players to actually invest in bigger amount of purchases than just couple of packs. Which, buying on the wholesale, is what we do currently. We buy boxes, we buy cases. Usually we want to increase our chance and we buy a case, right? Cases in Flesh and Blood are really good because they're packed in 4 boxes, which is approximately £3,000 or £300 on Unlimited. And then I bought 2 cases myself for Unlimited. One was Arcane Rising, one was Welcome to Wrath. Welcome to Wrath I didn't open a legendary. I was just building a collection, and I wanted to build a collection. I wanted to get a legendary. You know, a legendary from Welcome to Wrath takes approximately a third of the price of the case. I haven't looked at the cards I pulled. I haven't calculated how much I got there. I know I got 2 Enlightened Strikes and other good cards. I got good cards in it, okay? But I didn't get a legendary. I want to have a full collection. I still need to buy 5 legendaries. That's still £500 I need to spend. On top of getting all the commons, rares, super rares, etc. It's, back then they used to have super rares. It's something, and people, when I tell that to people, their answer is like, but if you want to get them, you will get them as singles, or if you just want a legendary or you want to be able to trade, it's better to just buy the singles you need. Because for £300 you can buy all the singles you need from that set. And that is fine, but people like to trade, people like to collect, people like to open the packs. I just think this is... I'm not saying it as a bad thing about the game. it is something I want to bring out to the attention of the community. It is something I want to bring out to the attention of Legend Story Studios. I do hope this is something that's going to be fixed, maybe not for Monarch Unlimited, but for Kingdoms. I would like to see Kingdoms having an actual properly distributed legendaries, so you actually can see a legendary AKs. Even if we again have 6 legendaries like we had in this set, rather than 5. 5 I think was Welcome to Wrath and Arcane Rising. I have no clue about Crucible, sorry. I have no clue about Crucible. I do not own a single card from Crucible. I'm waiting with Crucible for the Unlimited. Hopefully they can also fix Crucible in Unlimited, so we can get a proper distribution of cards. Like, one thing, I'm a collector, I'm trying to get a playset of every card, and one thing that hurts me the most is that there is 2 rares that I do not have in yellow. And I know they exist in yellow because I checked online. And I don't fancy buying them because they're bad cards. And I would pay way more for the postage than I would for the cards. And that's the situation I'm in. Paying for the postage to get those 2 playsets of yellow rare is just... And the same, we have a small community here. I tend to build up the playsets of spare commons in classes to give to people who want to get into the game. Because you can build budget decks, right? Chain on budget is ridiculous still. And I have 5 blue Seeds of Agony from 2 cases. Yeah, I did buy the chain blitz decks, but the fact that I opened 5 blue Seeds of Agony in 2 cases is disturbing. For me, this is disturbing. It's a common card. You should be able to get a common card. You should you should at least see. I'm not saying a playset of every rare. I can live with not seeing a playset of every rare, but I should be able to see every rare. So one of the bad rares is Rise Above. I opened 10 rare ones, 5 blue ones, no yellow ones. This is a skewed distribution that should be adjusted. So, Legend Story Studios, if you're watching this, I do hope that you're not going to take it as a negative criticism. It's a criticism that comes from someone who played all sorts of card games over the last 20 years. I do want the game to succeed. I do want the game to be appealing to more people to get into, just for the sake of playing the game. But at the same time, I understand how people work, what people want from this. So I do hope that this is something that you're going to look into fixing. And to everyone else, if you enjoyed this little conversation, do let me know down in the comments. What do you think about this topic? Do you think it should be fixed? Do you think it's fine as it is? Yeah, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys around in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.